Talking about sick, there's this there's this news story, right, that I heard, which is very captivating. And it's about a lady that made her relatives sick, right? Not metaphorically, but like literally. So this lady was having her in-laws or her ex-in-laws come through to her house for like a little luncheon, a little foodie time. Which already starts a little weird, right? Because you have an ex-husband, but you still chill with the in-laws. I mean, it's not that it's super weird, but it is a little bit strange. I mean, we do know situations. I have an aunt that still speaks to her ex-husband, which is my ex-uncle, and now they both have their own things going on, and then now they go out together and they have fun. I mean, you gotta be modern. You gotta do it for the kids sometimes, but it's still a little bit strange. So this lady invites her ex-husband's parents, right? Her ex-in-laws. This is in Australia.
Were they still in-laws, or were they ex-in-laws?
No, they were ex-in-laws. That's why it's weird.
Ex-in-laws. Okay.
Okay, so they're no longer related, right? She's not with their son anymore, but she invites them over. Cause they're the in-laws. I mean, we still cool. We used to go to Chili's and Applebee's. I mean, the family looked pretty trashy. They're from Australia. Australia. Australia is a very special place. Australia. That's really not at all the the accent. Okay, so look what she did. She did some like beef stew, right? I believe it was like it had beef in the dish, and she put mushrooms in the dish,
Nice. Nice ad.
but not your regular mushrooms. And you might think, were these the
The one and
mushrooms?
only.
Are these the mushrooms that you take before you go to the laser show? It could be, but they weren't those. It's worst. She used the death mushrooms. For psychonauts out there who like to go and pick shrooms to trip out of their minds, cool adventures, cool little activities. I support it. You gotta be careful, and people that know about this world, you gotta know what mushrooms to pick, because there are certain mushrooms that they have like the certain caps and certain characteristics that can kill you. Right? They're toxic. So apparently she didn't know. Wink, wink. But she put the motherfucking dead mushrooms on the dish, served it to her ex-in-laws, and they fucking died.
Do you know if they dropped dead like right after eating, or it
No,
took a while?
it took a little bit. They started getting like gastrointestinal pains. They
Okay.
they went to the hospital, and then they died. Like the mom and the dad, right? The in-laws, the main target, they died. And then there was like a third person that came with them that's like in extreme conditions right now.
Damn.
Intensive
I
care
mean,
type shit.
I want to give this person the benefit of the doubt that she just wanted to have a good trip, and she fucked up. She completely fucked up. And they were probably talking like the week prior. They're like, dude, let's do some mushrooms and just trip the fuck out. And maybe this was all wanted, but then she picked the wrong fucking mushrooms from the
So you're saying
forest.
so you're saying that her original idea was to just have them trip.
I want to believe that. I want to believe that they want to trip.
I mean, ideally, what you want to believe is that she was just using mushrooms for the culinary aspect of them.
Yeah, but she fucked up by picking the wrong. I mean, you go to the supermarket and they give you mushrooms,
Right,
even
but
sliced already.
you're in Australia, mate. Fucking Australia. You have the bush. That's how they call the forest, the bush.
The bush.
Yeah, not the
Now,
bushes, the bush.
I still want to give her the benefit of the doubt. They just wanted to. They were old people. They just wanted to trip. Yeah, listen to some weird ass music and just chill for a bit.
Part of me thinks this is a little bit kind of gangster way of eliminating a problem.
Yeah, but You are gonna be the only suspect in this.
Right. I guess there's ways of using this and then refining the process in a way where like nobody knows. But it was a very interesting way of murdering someone. I just felt it was like it was like so. I mean, poisoning is not new, but doing it with dead mushrooms, no, like the Russians do it all the times. North Korea, they poison people with mercury, all types of crazy chemicals. But I thought it was like a very creative idea, and I started thinking. I started to get inspired a little bit, and I was like, obviously, I'm not gonna go the death mushroom route, right? As of now. But I'm thinking, what if you want to get a little bit fun on the Thanksgiving party? Now, I'm not saying go all the way out. You can start with a nice little brownie of Californian oregano. Hey, guys, I brought this brownie for the family after the turkey. Hey, Grandma.
Okay.
Oh my God, what did you bring? Hey, Grandma, I got these fire ass brownies. They're very moist, very chocolatey.
It has some aftertaste, though.
What's that taste? Oh, it's a pistachio.
You gotta say, like, hey, Jima, this is your recipe. I just added a little fun.
Jima is like how you would call your grandma?
Yeah, because that bitch is cool.
Jima.
Jima.
Oh, okay. I think that's cute. Jima.
This is your recipe. This is your recipe. I just added a little extra ingredient.
You always told me, Jima, to be creative. I added a little, part of my own. So you could start that way. You have the aunt that never shuts the fuck up. That's always criticizing. Oh, you should lose weight, or you should get a kid, or you should fuck that. You should get a husband.
She gets double mushrooms.
She gets double mushrooms. Death cap. No, but you give her. The funniest part of it is that annoying aunt. She's always on some like grimy shit. She wants 2 pieces. And that day, you're like, of course. Here, Tia.
Take more.
Hey, here, Tia Jenny. Have 2. And take 2 home.
Damn.
So you give them edibles with the Marijinsky.
Okay.
What's gonna happen? I mean, this is not like a novel idea. You've heard of this like little trolling thing before of people like, oh, let's dose the family.
Is that against the law though?
It might be, eh? I think if one of the aunts starts getting stupid, you might have to go to jail. Actually, I'm not sure what are the
laws on this shit.
Yeah, what's the law?
I've thought about doing some brownies for a family gathering. I just don't know how some of my family members would react. But I think it would be fucking cool.
It'll be fun. I mean,
seeing maybe my mom high as fuck, just like, and then just telling all her stories and help, or maybe she'll just pass out.
She starts talking, before I fucked your dad.
We picked you up in a trash can. You're adopted.
I used to have a lot of fun in my town.
I think it would be kind of cool though to spice up the dessert table at the Thanksgiving dinner.
Now the idea of the brownies, although it is a little macabre, it is a little hostile. You could say still within the fun environment. We're gonna have fun. Sure, it's great. Is Jima gonna have a seizure and we're gonna have to fucking call EMT? We might have to.
Yeah.
That bitch is 93.
Just get 911 on speed dial so you're ready to go.
Jima takes 2 coffees straight in a row, her heart starts pumping.
If she can take 2 coffees, she can take a fucking brownie.
Edibles are no joke. I mean, because like ideally they would smoke it, and that way the high is more controllable. An edible is a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
What would you do? Like, hey ma or Jima, go halfsies, or hey, I want to go the full shit.
If you love Jima, let's say Jima, grandma, right? Jima. Let's say that she always gave you, those slick $100 bills or $20 bills. Back in the day, inflation, wasn't that bad. Like straight up sneaky doodles. Hey, here, sobrino. Hey, here, nieto, whatever. Here, have a little bit of that money. Go get you some drugs, whatever's popping today. I don't know, in the world. So you like, should I be nice to her because she was cool with me back in the day? And I just go secrets on her. I'm like, hey, Jima, go halfsies. Why? Trust your grandson.
If you'll be like, go halfsies, and then in 45 minutes we talk again.
Yeah. In 45 minutes, I pick you up. We're going to Taco Bell.
I think, it sucks for the people who died on the mushrooms story, but I think the weed on Thanksgiving could be ideal.
Right, like not too crazy, right? Like nobody's gonna die.
You don't have to go to one extreme. You can just be halfways. And it's August, September. Be ready, start getting ready for Thanksgiving, almost November. So if you need to get that weed now to try it out, do that. Otherwise, mushrooms, they grow anywhere. So.
Yeah, but it's okay. Don't go too quick. We're gonna move there after. So with the whiskeys, you wanna try it out a few times. Do it at your house a few times to see you get the recipe correct. Not too much, not too little, just a perfect amount. The taste has to be good because if it's just weed and it just tastes like shit, that's not what Jima would want. You wanna make it tasty. You wanna make it chocolatey. It has to have grease. Don't use no low-fat bullshit. You need the full butter so that the cryptomas, the kryptonites from the weed can stick to the butter, to the fat syllables. I'm saying a lot of words that don't have any meaning, but if you say I'm confident enough, they will take you there. Once you have that recipe good, you put it in that fucking party and you see what happens. And if you want to make it even funner, you take a tab of LSD and now you see everyone freaking the fuck out. It's gonna be, that's a movie right there. That's a movie. Now that's if you love your peeps, right? You love them. That's if you love them. Now let's say you have some in-laws that you don't love. I don't know. I don't want to ask you in front of the whole world, but sometimes our in-laws, they're not what we want, But we do with what we got, because this is the cards that God gave us. When you come from an impoverished community in the South America, you play with the cards that you get. The cards I got were in Spanish. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this?
You can't complain.
Yeah.
Can't complain what you got.
So let's say you got these in-laws. You don't like these motherfuckers, right? The dad is always asking like, hey, so what's good? Are you thinking about a business that can actually make you money? Or are you just gonna do this little podcast that you hold for? What is it called? Podcast where you talk shit? Right? No, well, yeah, Mr. Johnson, I'm trying right now. Whatever, little bitch. Let's say that's the guy. Now you can start thinking, wait, how about I do a little Portobello mushroom wink, wink, stroganoff recipe here? By the way, guys, I got these new mushrooms. They're not Portobello, but they're better. They're from Italy. We're from Portofino. But in reality, they're the fucking Mexican mascaria mushroom, the one that makes you see God. Right? You know what I'm talking about. Your brain explodes and you start talking to, the shamans and the chakras and all the peoples and the spirits shit.
Now I want to ask you something because I don't know about this life. What's a big deal about the mushrooms? Because here in California, I go on the streets and then people with like mushroom t-shirts, mushroom tattoos, mushroom stickers on the back of your car. So to me, that means that they like mushrooms, but I want to think right. I want to be like, oh, they like foraging mushrooms and eating them and cooking them. Like, This is the noble me.
No, I'm the naive view. I'm pretty sure you know what the fuck they're talking about.
But it's fucking crazy how much people love mush. Like they are. I've never seen this shit before.
Whoa, you are in California.
That I forget sometimes.
That's where you have the big center of the psychonauts.
Yeah. So a lot of mushrooms on the streets, like tattoos, and so are they foraging Portobello mushrooms?
Yeah, they're forging movies in their head. So look, this is what's happening, right? You are a master chef, star Michelins in different continents, patented dishes, mixtures. When I ask Chef Maurice, hey bro, how can I do this focaccia this way? He's like, I can't really tell you the secrets. I hope that you can respect me. And I respect him. So this motherfucker's on another level. So I would call you, right? I'm like, hey, bro, I want to do a beef stroganoff with some mushrooms. But we're going to put the Mexican mascarilla mushroom, right? This is the one that's very visual. It makes you see Mexican midgets. It's part of the experience. So you put that on the beef stroganoff. You feed it to the in-laws. Now, what the fuck happens when the coffee comes? And you take them too, though, because you've already experienced it. You're an experienced psycho. And I don't mean you. I'm talking about the person who's gonna do it, who's the freaks that listen to us. They know about this shit. They got experience. So once you see it kick in, you see a wall start warping, and you see that face on your in-laws. How do you call the dad of your girlfriend? My father-in-law, right?
Call him by his name.
Okay, fucking
Yo,
John.
Hey, what up, Johnny?
Hey, look, Johnny Pacadonis. Let me tell you something real quick. And then when you start seeing his face go like, then you can be like, hey, so what was it that you were saying about me being a bitch and not starting my own business? Johnny Pacadonis like.
Now, do you need to have like a age cap? Like, all right, we said with weed, 93-year-old Jima can't have that shit. Now, on the shroomies, what's the top? Like, what's the cap? Where do we need to stop? Because you don't want to fucking...
I just provide culinary experiences.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I know.
And I'm pretty sure mushrooms don't kill people like that. Unless you're in Australia and you get the death mushrooms and you feed them to your fucking ex-in-laws. But no, I mean, if you grab hallucinogenic mushrooms, pretty safe.
Any?
I mean, don't go too crazy on the dosage because then they might die, but not from the trip, but because they fucking jumped off the window. Which, like, I just want to make it clear. I mean, not because I've done any of this, but I've done a lot of research. People don't jump from windows when they're tripping acid or mushrooms. I mean, I'm not saying it's never happened.
I've never heard of that.
I don't think that. But what could happen is that you're tripping so hard that you don't understand what's happening. Again, this is from, like, a lot of testimonies from people that I've interviewed. And they say that it almost feels like you might be really confused about what's happening. You don't even know your name. And that can cause you to, I don't know, make some crazy decisions. So that's what I mean. You don't want to go too hard on it. But you want to make sure that fucking Mr. Johnson here is tripping pelotas.
What happened? What happened to the family? What's a verdict on the Australians?
Oh, they're dead.
They're all dead. Yeah, I'm guessing the women, it's in fucking jail forever.
Well, I haven't gotten the update, but they're like they're trying her, right? They're investigating the shit. She came out crying in the news saying, "Oh, this is such a bad loss. I can't believe I didn't even know." I didn't even know.
I gave her some confidence and what do you think? Like she did it on purpose? She's like, let's kill this motherfuckers.
Well, I just don't think that I mean, what are the chances of somebody like harvesting or what are they called? Foraging mushrooms, and then she found one and she doesn't know what it is, but she takes like, bro, people that forage mushrooms for culinary experiences, not psychedelic experiences, they know they're mushrooms. And very alike the people that forage mushrooms for psychedelic experience. One thing they do have in common is they know they're mushrooms that can kill you. So the very first thing you do is you learn what are the characteristics of the mushroom that can kill you. And it's not that hard to know. I think like if it has like a red thing at the top, that's death. And if it has certain dots at the bottom, that's death. Like it's not that hard to know. So this bitch knows what the fuck is going on. She knows.
Maybe it was an inheritance? Maybe she was gonna get money, or her ex-husband was gonna get money, or who knows, man? People are fucking crazy, dude.
And months previously, the ex-husband went to the hospital for very strong stomachal pains that they never really figured out what it was. So now this is a precedent, right? So this bitch is the mushroom killer.
Yeah. We found her.
The Portobello assassin.
Oh my god, that's a good name. If I was gonna do that, I would like that name for myself.
Should that be the title of the episode?
Please.
The Portobello.
The other day, I heard a story on a podcast. They read stories from Reddit, so those are fucking interesting. And then this woman started. She always did the coffee in the morning for her husband and herself, but there was something about her husband that she didn't like anymore. So she started feeding him the coffee with some bleach.
Oh fuck!
And he started drinking that shit. He's like, this shit tastes weird. It smells weird. So he installed cameras in the kitchen and near the coffee machine and near.
He installed cameras. Why? Because he suspected.
Because he suspected that there was something going on. How come the coffee smelled and tasted weird? So he installed cameras, and yeah, they caught her. He was trying to kill her.
That's fucking mental. With bleach.
Sorry, she was trying to call him.
And I would assume that this is like a death that happens little by little.
I guess, yeah. But he noticed right away, so he's safe.
I mean, I think it might have been the taste. Like bleach is so strong.
It's like you need to right away. You get it's something. It's something. This happened, I think, in Arizona. So yeah, I think he was in the military, and I'm guessing if he dies, the family gets some sort of money. So maybe she was going after that. I don't know. But people are so fucking weird, dude.
Do you think it might be best to never get a life insurance so that your significant other
don't try to kill you.
Doesn't get funny?
Yeah. I think if my girlfriend has a life insurance, she's doing a very good job by hiding it.
Right. Because, I mean, think about it. Right now, everything's flowers. Everything is Netflix and chill. Bodily fluids everywhere. It's nice. Urinary infections, whatever happens. But once 20 years go by, resentment starts coming in. Why does Chef Maurice have 565 different hats or caps? Is he going to be a third base coach or some shit? Maybe we didn't need to buy all those hats, right? So like resentment comes in, and it's like, okay, how much is that life insurance giving if this motherfucker dies right now? Okay, I see. I'm not saying, I'm saying hypothetically. And then she's like, okay, what do I serve him every morning? A coffee, right? Boom. I already got him by the balls. I'm not gonna go with bleach. Too obvious. It may be easy to find out, right? Like doctors could do an autopsy, see that there's been bleach going through your system. But what about other shit? Talk to the Russians. Talk to the Chinese. The North Korean, they do Samsung, Kia, they're good. But North Korea, there's a whole bunch of things. And the Russians, when I say the Russians, I mean the regime. The people are great. I mean, they're amazing. Like the people, they're just in prison, like Venezuelan people with the communists. But the regime in Russia, the KGB, shit, they might be poisoning us right now for talking about this. They do it little by little. A little drop in your coffee for 3 months. And then eventually you're gone. They say something similar might have happened to Brittany Murphy, that actress that was in 8 Mile and a few different movies. she was really like famous, and she was gonna she was gonna be huge, and then she died. And then I saw a documentary on Netflix recently that showed her life. It's pretty interesting. She ended up with this guy much older than her that started like controlling her life. And then it seems that he would feed her pills, and little by little, she was gone.
She was in that movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, great movie. I mean,
Great. For the times.
it was a nice little rom-com.
Right. What's the least amount of money that you would kill someone for?
Hypothetically.
Speaking. If your girlfriend had a life insurance of $50,000,
Nah, man.
is that worth it?
Nah, it's not
Or
worth it.
if she's $800,000 life insurance,
bro,
is that
I'm
worth
not,
it?
I'm not grabbing a knife for less than like 100 million.
I was gonna say 5, but
No, bro. No. I need money for the lawyers. I need money for the escape. Yeah. You need money. If you're gonna do some crazy shit, you need the money to pay for the.
I mean, what you can do is dine and dash. Kill and dash.
You mean kill and leave?
Right, and leave.
Yeah.
Just go
Right.
like to Tonga or
Right.
Zimbabwe and just stay there for a minute.
Okay.
Are we gonna get flagged for this?
I don't know. I got a video flagged on Instagram
What the fuck are we talking about?
about. We're talking about the whole. Like you had a little sexy story with a lady that used to sleep next to you in the internship. In these little bunk beds, and they said it was very much like the KGB in Russia. They were like, "We see you put some content that is not allowed in the rules. You have two options. You can leave it as it is, and we will only show your post to no one, or you might decide to delete it. And if you do delete it, then we will think again about showing your stuff to people." And the thing is, they already don't show my shit to nobody. As soon as our videos start, they see that there's no girl's ass, right? You know what's ironic? They blocked our content because we were talking about sexual activities, I guess. I mean, it was very bland. It was nothing graphic. But what about all of the all the nalgas, all the butts that you see on Instagram, nonstop? Not even because I'm searching. I would never search for that. But they shoot them at you. Isn't that sexual abuse from Instagram? What would happen if I put this clip on Instagram?
It's gonna come down.
Can I come down?
We also got flagged for something stupid on TikTok.
TikTok,
so
fuck!
the Chinese are looking at us.
God
like,
damn, what was the clip about?
it was even I don't remember, but it was like something dumb.
Wow,
Let me
dude.
see if I still have it.
This is insane. Facebook has 1,000 videos of people beating each other and kicking people's head like a football and leaving people with brain damage, and they will never walk again. I swear to God, bro, they showed the craziest fight videos on Facebook. They show people putting a frog and a scorpion to fight to the death. But I say a little bit thing, a little bitty thing about Chef Maurice when he used to live in Spain and sleep with 8 people in a room, and his roomie started doing sexy time.
There's nothing wrong with that.
the
What's
fuck?
wrong with
That's like-
sexy time?
Can I even talk? Can I speak? I feel like I'm being discriminated against because of my minority status.
Yep. That's
I
probably it.
really feel like we are being attacked for the color of our skin.
Wow. Lawsuit?
I mean, I'm not a lawsuit guy,
I don't want to, but
but damn, this is getting retarded.
yeah.
Ban, retarded. You can't say that. Fuck.
I can't say that shit.
Bro, I
Damn.
swear, it's getting stupid. But anyways, we're going to continue. For people that listen to us, we really, really would appreciate if you can follow us on Spotify or iTunes for the audio podcast. There we get no censorship. So big ups to Spotify, big ups to iTunes. The audio podcast, that shit doesn't get taken down. That doesn't get nothing. They're like, you do your thing. We won't show it to nobody, but you do your thing. So please rate us there. It helps us so much if you rate us on Spotify or iTunes.
Hopefully 5 stars. I mean,
Well, I mean, of course. If you're gonna put any, don't fucking give us 4. It's 4 stars because they're great, but their accent. If they improve their English, I'll review it.
we're trying. Open English for us.
We're getting like coaches that can like help us with the speaking and stuff. So yeah. So no, but please do. And there's like the things that you can add as a question in Spotify if you want us to do anything different on shows. But those are the mediums that this thing is always gonna be in. In the future, we don't know if YouTube is even gonna want us, but we'll always do the video part of it, and we'll post it somewhere. I mean, in my own website, maybe we'll get servers. We'll do what has to be done. But it will get to you.
Before I eat this mushroom.
Before I just want to do a few shout outs because lately we've been getting very
Wow.
we've been getting very interesting people listening from all parts of the world. But we're getting some really nice locations, very interesting regions. So let's start with
Before you start, I just want to shout out to my boy in that base camp in Oregon.
Borman.
Borman.
Yeah, so that's one of the top ones.
He's still listening?
Yeah, he's still listening.
My boy.
We got some people in Ashburn.
North Carolina.
Yeah, we got some people in Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas
That's what's
Boulevard. Keep it real.
What's up?
Germany,
Very fun.
Frankfurt,
Damn.
Brussels in Belgium.
We can say today we're in the Florida attire, so we're Mr. Worldwide.
We're Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305. I think so. And
Damn.
we got a few other things. We got a few people listening from Guangzhou, Republic of China. Are those fans that understand the regime is communist, or are those the communists looking at us? I don't know. I really don't know.
Damn.
It's still scary, but we will continue to provide the best podcast that we can. We will continue to not really do research on any of the things that we say, but we will put the most effort into it.
Those peeps in China, we just want to make them laugh.
Yeah, it's just a laughing thing. Nothing against the Chinese. I'm pretty sure if you really season and fry it well, the dogs are probably delicious. So I think people just need to, stop culture bashing. Okay, in Peru, they eat these little rats. They're bigger
Capybaras?
rats. They don't call them rats, but they're called cuis. El cuy. They're a little bigger rat, but they still eat them, and we don't judge. That shit's nasty.
That shit's nasty. But maybe with some ketchup.
And I forgot to also mention one of the top listeners, Singapore.
Damn.
So Singapore, those are my dogs. Rich ass Asian country. They have a lot of expats, which we've said in the past. An expat is an immigrant that looks better. Right? Because there's no difference in the technicalities of it. Like, there's still an immigrant, but an expat is more an immigrant that's white and blue eyes. You're not an immigrant anymore. We're immigrants. Clearly. You can hear it. You can see it. But an expat. Hello, I'm an expat. A little more of how an expat speak. Yes, hello, I come from Germany. I'm an expat. That's not how they speak, but
Sounded very Russian.
Hello, I'm sorry. I come from India. I'm an expat. Can I please go to your school? That's not an expat. That's an immigrant right there. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. It's an immigrant. So for people in the home, if you want to give another example of immigrant expats, you can put it in the comments. I want everybody to know, thank you for listening to the Broski Doodles podcast. It's the best podcast in all of the land. We're on all platforms. all platforms. I don't even want to say the platforms anymore because it's just redundant. We're on all of them. The Broski Doodles. Everywhere you search, we're on it. You prefer to see it on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify? You got it.
TikTok.
TikTok? You want the clippies? You just want to like hit it pure, like little. You know when people used to grab Xanax and crush them and then sniff them? If you want a little fast like reaction, you go to the clippies. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Well, it's been a fun one. Any last thoughts from you?
I'm gonna go for some mushrooms after we finish here.
Okay, just for you though. Don't share them. there is a story, right? Okay, let me before we end, there's a story. We're going in Venezuela to the beach town. It's called Tucacas, which is I think I've taken you.
Your shits.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like the best beaches in Venezuela, and also the best bitches. I'm sorry, I think my accent makes me pronounce it weird. I mean the beach, in general, and the bitches. So we go to the beach, and we stayed in an apartment that my dad has there, right? Me and my friends, and we were tripping acid.
Damn, you're rich as fuck.
We're tripping acid. So what we did is, it takes us like an hour to get to the beach from our hometown in Valencia, Venezuela. So we're like, as soon as we pass the first police stop, because in Venezuela, there's always police stop everywhere, right? Why? Because in Venezuela, if you are uneducated and have no will to live and you're a piece of shit person, you become a police and you try to take the money from everybody else. Why? Because you are...
a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit. You are a toxic manure. Pretty much a zombie with no education, right? So those motherfuckers, once you pass them, you're like, okay, we're a little bit more chill now. Let's take the acid. That way when we get to the beach, we're all fucking tripping. So we have one acid tab. There's 4 of us, but one of us doesn't want to do acid. He's never done it. Likes to do more cocaine.
Oh, shit.
And he's always talking shit about us for smoking weed and doing acid. Because he says those drugs are for kids. That's like for seeing pink elephants and shit. So he's always like, I wouldn't say bully us, because he wasn't really a bully. If at any point I needed to, I would break his nose and put him in a, in a little suitcase and throw him in the water. But he used to be a little hostile. So we're like, we grab the acid, we divide it in 4 because... And then we each take one, and there's one missing, right? 1/4 of the thing missing. So what do we decide? Oh, let's save it for later. Or let's put it in this guy's drink when he's not looking. So this is probably a crime. So we dosed this motherfucker with acid.
Damn.
This guy was tripping pelotas. And then when later on, when he's like, "Wait, what's happening?" I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, we tripped you.
How did he feel about that?
Well, because he wants to be such a big dog, he tried to play it off like he wasn't tripping. And I'm like, dog, there must be some shit going on in your brain right now, because we're all looking at things in a weird way right now.
Wait, so he did cocaine and acid?
No. He didn't do cocaine that day.
Oh, okay. That day.
But that's just like his personality. He's like, nah, all I do is cocaine because cocaine is an adult drug. Little did he know.
He was a bitch with you.
Yeah. So he took it, and yeah. So sometimes, although very rare situations, it could merit doing a little strategy like that. But on the reels, of course, don't be stupid. Like, respect people, and don't do that. But I'm just telling you the story so that you can learn. And I'm older now. I'm wiser. I have a lot of white hairs that are coming now. So I'm trying to be a little bit more like informative, No, people listen for the laughs. But they also listen for the wisdom, for the knowledge, for the books.
For the real shit.
Yeah.
Just don't go to a bar and drop it on a girl's drink. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit, buddy. Man.
No, that's a whole different different topic. And we're gonna teach you how to do that on the next episode. So no. I'm just kidding on that. But yeah, those are the crazy stories about fucking around with your food. Be careful who your in-laws are. and don't go crazy, okay? And maybe a brownies for Thanksgiving, that's fine.
Hell yeah.
Magical mushrooms for Christmas, you're pushing it.
But it'll be fun though.
But it'll be
Everyone's
fun.
gonna see Santa.
And if your family is already a bunch of stoners, then that might be the next best step.
Right.
Now, death cap mushrooms that killed you? No. Okay? Bleach and coffee?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe not.
Decaf bleach. All right, well, direct connection from Madrid, Spain to San Francisco, California, the home of the homeless. So, well, keep it cute, keep it gangster, keep it positive.
Nasty.
So nasty.